Haddock, and I'm here in Texas with John Kent Stephenson, part of the Stephenson family you own, Stephenson Dirt. Fantastic to see you here today. You're on a big project at the moment. We can see everything, hear everything, in fact, behind us. Tell us a little bit about the project and how many pieces of equipment you got with Leica Machine Control.
So it's a subdivision. It's going to be about 300 lots. And we got to make, it's about 180,000 yards to excavate around to build it all. Doing 6-foot moisture conditioning. And we've got several. We've got machine control on the excavators. We got machine control on the scrapers. We got machine control on all 4 dozers. And it helps a lot with the efficiency of everything. Not, you know, some companies use staking, but we choose to use the GPS because it just, efficiency-wise, it's just so much faster.
Tell me a little bit about the relationship you've got with a local Leica dealer here as well.
It's 4-Point Solutions, and I've had experience dealing with competitor GPS companies also in the area, and 4-Point, hands down, is the service they provide smokes what the Trimble and the Topcon guys can provide around here. It's just the downtime's less, and they jump on it next day. They usually have you going within 12 hours if you have an issue. Or maybe usually same day you're back going. So
it's really important for you to understand how to transition to GPS as well. So you're working with an engineering company that provides the models for you, aren't you? And how does that work? Is it coming in over Connex, or how does it work?
Yeah, so we send it off, we get the model built, and then we load that into Connex, and then we upload all the machines through Connex. They've got geo maps on them, so whenever the machine gets here, it auto starts. As soon as they turn it on, it auto loads up the file. So then we just go in and select it, and then they're operated. We check them with the rover to make sure, you know, grade tolerant. It's within its grade tolerance, which it's been good. They usually always check in. So.
And so the other thing is, I've just witnessed you getting into this machine with a very cool contraption that's allowed you to do that. Making it accessible for people to actually come and work with you. You know, tell me a little bit about your personal journey and why that's important.
2009, I broke my back. I used to race motocross professionally, and landed in the chair. I tried the office for a few years. That didn't work for me, and I went back to the field, and I didn't have that lift the first couple years, and it was very challenging. And then I met some people and found that company out of Indiana and got the lift, and then it's just been a game changer. I mean, it's been huge.
And to be here in the dirt is really important for you as a, you know, a family member of the family business. And, you know, that helps you actually be in the cab like we're going to be seeing today doing some work, but also helps you understand some of the challenges on the site, doesn't it?
Oh, yes. Oh, 100%. It just, and being an operator, it helps me work with my operators hand in hand to know what their capabilities are, what they should be doing, instead of sitting from the truck and doing it based off opinion. Like, I'm actually working the material with them. So it just helps. It helps significantly.
So you've got motor scrapers on here as well. You've got a lot of muck to move. And the motor grader, like you said, is also GPS. Why so many dozers in the States, really? Because, you know, we're normally in the UK, we move a lot of muck with excavators.
So here we're doing a lot, we're flipping the dirt with the excavators. So basically we take a house pad and a half, and we take that down to the 6 foot. And then we just back up with the dozers and flip it into the next one. And it's just, the efficiency and productivity of it is just, you get so much, it's so much faster than having to transport it and excavate it out and then transport it back in. Basically, you just take that whole line and you just flip it. You just flip it all the way down. So you're just touching that dirt one time. And then that's another area the machine control significantly helps, because it helps the operators know when they hit that 6 feet instead of having to guess. And it gives them their 5 feet overbuild and all that. This job specifically, when you get to the top, you have to lay plastic 10 foot outside. So normally it's just 5 foot. So it's really helping with that, because we're having to go outside the pad 10 feet to cut that down to allow for that plastic moisture barrier to be placed. So
that's really then putting that grade and that relief number, as it were, down to get that before that's put on. So productivity you mentioned here, how is it helping you with 3D machine control from Leica to be competitive and win work as well?
I mean, it lets us do the work in place the right time, the first time. Yeah. Instead of having to use a grade checker, have a guy run 12 pads and then go back and fix it again. With the machine control running through there, when the grade checker checks it, it all checks out perfect. and there's very limited rework, if any, ever. In the last 3 years, the rework has just decreased dramatically. It's very impressive from my first experience with GPS and how it's developed and gotten over the years. It's what we have now is just, it's so accurate.
And are you using the tablet and information to share with your customer? You've just had a quick chat with the developer on the site before we spoke here. How are you using that information to support the relationship with your ultimate client?
So it helps us because we get to go to our client with the technology we're using. We can, in a sense, see if a site's short or going to be long before we're at that point. So we share that information with our client, which helps them. So in a sense, they're not going to be pinned to be paying for negative downtime for the machines to sit and wait for an answer. So that, as we run through here, it helps us calculate that, because you get swell when you moisture condition. So in a sense, you grow dirt. And the engineers, they say they can account for it, but in reality, it doesn't work. The dirt swells differently every time. And with the machine control and everything, how we're running it, it helps us. And that's what really helps us in the area with our clients. They know that's kind of what we do, is we like to let them know, hey, the engineer said you were going to be short 5,000, but you're actually 3,000 long. Right. And I estimate to be there at the end of the month. So if you can get me an answer for that, then we can just roll into it and, move on, versus stopping and then the whole project stops. And so then you got utilities, concrete, everybody's going to get pushed back. So
fantastic. So the news here from Texas is, one, folks, it's really, really interesting to understand the ground swells as the heat gets bigger. Believe me, it's hot here right now. But the really swell thing that you guys are doing is making it all more productive, engaging with the clients, showing the as-built, but showing the as-dug models. And that's helping you grow as a family business. And, the business itself continues to grow, doesn't it?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
But what's interesting, folks, is how the team here are working with their clients. So I saw your client come up here a little while ago, and you're telling me how you've actually been able to work with them, showing the models, but also the rover inside your vehicle as well.
Yeah, I can basically I can verbally tell them, and then I have a rover set up in my truck where we can drive around on the site, and I can basically show them the area in a sense where we're accumulating yardage and getting longer than the design, or in a sense there's an area that's shorter than the original design. So it helps them understand it instead of just hearing it too, And
also you were saying to me earlier about the swell. The swell is around moisture in the earth, and that can affect it quite a lot, can't it?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. We're having to, for the moisture condition, we're having to go like 4 points over. So it really swells it. And then how they process it, we process it with the dozers. That's another how they like it processed with this clay.
So here we are, really able to change the way you're doing things. How do you see the future for the business with Leica Machine Control?
It just continues to get better. It really helps drive efficiency, and it's really easy for all my guys to pick up. Like I have scraper operators that they learn it on the scraper and then they move up to the dozer and they just take off with it, because it's just the same machine control on those where they learn it. So it's really helped with having the newer style systems that we have from the beginning, what we originally started with.
And tell me a little bit about the dealer, how they can support you with coming over the air and into the cab with people.
Yeah, so they drop in. If I'm having a code problem, we have Connex on all the machines where they can log in and basically see my screen. And they've educated me a lot on how to troubleshoot or understand or check settings, or if I'm thinking I have a grade tolerance, they've showed me how to go in there and double check, because sometimes people like to finger the screen and mess things up. In the last 3 years, it's gotten a lot better. But we used to have people that were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go in here and calibrate this. Because there's a section where you go where you calibrate a sensor, and they go in there just poking on stuff and it throws the whole machine off.
And so that whole, not just the hardware, not just the software, but the actual support is really important.
Oh yeah, it's huge. I mean, they're on top of it. Just like while we've been sitting here, they helped me diagnose something and get it back going out here without even having just a couple minutes of downtime. So
there we have it, folks. A busy site here, lots of Leica Machine Control, but there's a number of different things we're picking up here. Different ways of doing things here with dozers rather than excavators. We've also got the motor scrapers, we've got the motor graders, and basically all of this is linked together. But the biggest thing here is productivity, but the service from the dealer. So it's great to see all of that coming together in Texas, in the heat, where we've got the swell sometimes, or not at other times. Meeting grade and getting these guys paid. That's the most important thing. Great to see you.